For a guy who spent his entire career behind the scenes, this is truly humbling. Thank you, President Freeman. Alumni Board, Reggie, thank you. Alumni Association, and thank the Honorable Jesse White, my mentor, leader. I should say Dr. Jesse White. Thank you, Dean, also appreciate it. I wouldn't be here today without the support of my family. My mom, Jenny, is here. She celebrated her birthday yesterday. And my brother John and my sister Vicki, who came from Kenosha, so I appreciate them coming. King Smith, who is my faculty advisor at the Kishwaukee College paper. I really appreciate you being here. You know more to me than you know. Two gentlemen I want to thank too. They're not here, Mike Malone and Joe Maddie, who reintroduced me to Northern. They brought me back as a member of the Alumni Association, and I think they've done an amazing job, and you guys have done a great job continuing and growing this organization. So congratulations. I want to thank my partners, Dave Drucker and Henry Haupt. He's being represented, Henry, by his daughter, Kate, who's here, who Northern is in really good hands because she's a sophomore here. And Kate, stand up real quick, and we appreciate you being here. One of the most impactful, I came to Northern in '81. In 1983, oh, and Eric, by the way, don't feel bad about crying your first day. I spent my first night in Douglas Hall watching Johnny Carson by myself, listening to all the activities around me, but too shy and too scared to go out of my room. I promised myself after that night that that was never going to happen again. So it's a tough experience, but we made it through it. Yeah. So, oh, and I also want to I made a note to Abby. I never heard of the word aphasia before, right? And until just a few years ago, when one of my closest friends had stroke and suffered from aphasia, he was in your facility, and I can tell you guys do an amazing job. So thank you for your work. In 1983, when I was living in College Square, my roommates and I crashed a party next door. And the people in the room had no idea who we were. We just sat there and drank their beer. I didn't know it at the time, but my future wife's apartment is the apartment we crashed. And I just want to thank her because she gave me the direction. I had a tough time initially at Northern. I was young, didn't know what I wanted to do, and I finally, thanks to Ging and others, decided journalism was the thing for me. I was a good writer, but to get into the journalism school then at NIU, to take the journalism qualifying exam, the JQE, it was a dreaded test, and it just scared me. But Patty, my future wife, made sure that I studied. She kept me focused, and I'm proud to say I passed that test, and it wouldn't have happened without her. And I don't know if I ever thanked her appropriately enough for the night of my 21st birthday, when my roommates took me to McCabe's. And I don't remember the rest of this story, but I do remember this. When I came home, I called Patty, and a half hour later, after I passed out on the bathroom floor, she was still on the phone. So thank you, Patty, for always being there. I just want to say that, public service is an honorable profession, and too often in Illinois and Chicago, we hear about the bad stuff. We hear about guys who are just in it for themselves. And I can tell you, following Mr. White's lead, there are so many good people in state government and local government and city government. And, he leads by example, and the people on his staff work really hard. And we made sure we were a team to execute Secretary White's agenda for the office. And as a result, we impacted real lives. Because of Jesse White, the organ donor program became the best in the nation. Teen deaths was cut in half in Illinois. The office was plagued with scandal when he took over, and he reformed the office. And I'm proud to be part of that administration. I'm proud to still be with Mr. White at the Jesse White Foundation, where he continues to give back. And I'm just proud to be a small part of the success there. I'm proud of my two boys, Mike and Paul, who unfortunately couldn't be here, but they're always with me in spirit. One's an assistant principal in Naperville, and the other's in communications, following his dad's footsteps. Why, I don't know. But he's with Airbnb, and he's in New York today. So those guys, sir, you're 100% right. You keep learning. My kids keep me humble. I keep learning from them every single day, so your advice is very well taken. Again, this is really a humbling experience for me, and I appreciate it, and thank you all. Enjoy your day.